I just want to say thank you so much for all you guys for being here today. Let me give you a little background on myself. I come from a long line of tall, thin people. When I was born, I was hospitalized for 1 month and 1 day. I had no suck, swallow, or gag reflex, and I had no muscle tone. And I also had a feeding tube. I started physical therapy when I was 6 weeks old, and my family didn't really know whether I would walk or not. In the fall of 2012, I was in pretty bad shape, both emotionally and physically. I had just withdrawn from college because I was extremely unhealthy at this point in my life. And then I met Lee at Gabe's Run. With my family's encouragement, I started working out with Lee several days a week. My first thought was, what have I gotten myself into? Working out with Lee as my personal trainer, I've gained so much knowledge about the different exercises and pieces of equipment. I have also come to the realization that I really enjoy running. Within the span of the last year, I've completed 10 road races and lost 40 pounds. And I will now hand over the mic to Lee to tell her side of our story.
Thank you, Christian. Good morning, everyone. I'm Lee Benton. Well, as Christian had mentioned, we did meet at the Gabe's Run, and we met through his mom. And his mom, Lori, and I were wonderfully volunteering for the Gabe's Run, and we're counting bib numbers as they come in. So basically, as we met, Christian had been walking up to us, and she basically said, we need some help. And what happened is we met several days a week, and I'm just going to read as I go here, sorry. As anyone beginning an exercise program, there's ups and downs, trying to reduce frustration and gaining longer, more productive, successful sessions can take some time. As he became aware of more fitness equipment, we started to develop many programs to fit the day's liking and ability. And we won't include the mill, right? The step mill? Oh no. So he doesn't like that machine. Many times he would stop, and he would need to stop, as he thought about giving up. But we would talk about so many things in our lives that he would continue, such as his school, his family, his dog tests. And these discussions became good positive reinforcement tools to just keep him moving. Wednesdays became special as a distraction, the new Geico commercial with the camel on the TV. And that's when we would just laugh, and he carried on and whatever fitness program with confidence. And basically we would say, Mike, guess what day it is? It's hump day. We'd mention that to anybody we could when we're on the machines, and we'd get them laughing too. So soon the weather started getting warmer, and we got outdoors. And we would just walk around the Wise main building, and then maybe jog a little bit and walk a little bit. And then we ended up in the teen center, and the teen center has a little hill. Well, that little hill was very, very challenging for a while, right? And what was I?
I don't like hills very much.
And what was I when I'd walk up?
Lee was the golden retriever who would run around me doing circles.
To encourage him to make sure that he kept on running. Anyways, that's when we started talking about, well, what's the possibility of doing a road race? What is the possibility of maybe even doing Gabe's Run? And that was a huge feat. That was a huge challenge. So what we did was we thought maybe we should get some road races under our belt. And so what happened was we thought we should get one soon. And that was May. And that was at the Dory Run in Swampscott. And there was a 5K. And there was a hill in it too. So we pretended that that hill right out here was that portion of the race. And he successfully did this race.
Yeah,
And so this was Memorial Day 2013 in Swampscott, and it was his first 5K. And it was a beautiful sunny day compared to today. And Kristen came in dead last, but the experience while jogging, never stopping, right? And while being escorted by a police patrol woman, I'll never forget, yelling words of encouragement out of the police cruiser window, it was priceless. It was unbelievable. And he was finishing on a dirt track right there in Swampscott, and everyone was yelling at him to finish. And there he was with his parents and his grandparents right there to greet him at the finish. It was amazing. So that was his first race on Memorial Day. Then after that, April 2013 Boston Marathon, I mentioned I always volunteer in the 12th mile water stop, and what we do is we met very early in the morning, and Christian, so he showed a very extreme interest in this, so we signed up to volunteer. And the first goal that day was to see how many people of all ages, sizes, and abilities were running such an unbelievable race. His father, Doug, had ran several years ago, so Christian only knew from a spectator's view, as a non-runner, it was a big, long race. But now he understood, as a new runner, it takes so much more. The second goal was to see if he could fit into the volunteer jacket they gave out. He ordered an extra large, and it zipped up. He felt so proud of himself. On the way home, after the knowledge of the bombings, Kristen and I bonded even more. He was scared for his dad, who was working in Boston near the blast that day. He was okay, but for many days after, we talked about the bombings and the race. We processed this and the outcome. Something changed that day. He wanted to try harder. He wore that volunteer jacket with even more pride. Father's Day, 2013, Rockport Road Race. As hilly as it was, for his second 5K, his father and godfather cheered once again for his bravery, finishing 4th from last. It's all about the shirt.
It's all about the shirts.
Right? He soon found out about the Y Road Race Series, and there were prizes.
There are prizes. Many prizes.
Many prizes. All right, Salem Miles Over the Moon. This was an evening race, and it was dark. Once again, he was last runner with another police escort, and this time with music. Several running club members set out to escort us to the finish line in the dark on the Commons, and with a fun party to follow, and prizes. And it's all about the shirt, right?
All about the shirt.
All right, still preparing for Gabe's run. With several road races under his belt, we walked the cold, rainy cross-country route. With only 1 week left, we felt ready, especially after the hype about the big hill, Sully's Hill. We forged on, walking our dogs, soaked. The big race day came at Gabe's run. It was cold and sunny. The girls' race was first, and then the men's. As always, I would run my race, then run with Christian. He had so many cheers and good hoots from past classmates, astonished he was actually running the race. We were the last runners finishing the 5K. By then, we were reeling in quite a few volunteers to the run back with us. By the time we were nearing the finish line, he was jogging in with 3 giggly girls on either side of him, chatting about college, all in different bright neon colors. And his family greeted him with cheers, exchanging hugs. And it's all about the shirt. Once more. Over the past year, Christian has become so friendly with so many Y members now. They always seem to ask what he will be doing next, and recognize him. He's earned so many road race apparel. He even introduces himself to new members and shares words of encouragement, especially if he looks like, especially if they look like they're new to the Y and even nervous learning their way around. Christian's strength comes from his family. Between college classes, family events, fun vacations, nutritional and fitness support, they are a strong and active, loving family. Christian's family have attended and supported every road race and function with such pride. I am so proud to be Kristen's life coach. I look forward to his success and stories for years to come. And now I'll let Kristen tell you more about how he's become even more connected with the Y.
Thank you, Lee. So I'm going to explain what most of my mornings are like. So, like most mornings, on my way from the Y parking lot into the Y, I see one of my buddies, Henry Sullivan, who always beats me into the Y. And the worst part, he's 90 years old. I always get a big happy greeting from either Diane, Darcy, or Carol, who work at the front desk, always acknowledging me that I'm coming in to work out. And once I've entered the lobby, I usually see the water aerobics ladies, who usually always gives me a big, huge greeting every single day. Even before I've reached the fitness floor, I've said hello to so many people, just like my friend Elliot and so many other regular members. One of the members, George Binns, is always ready with his joke of the day. And whether you get it or not, you have to laugh. 1 hour later, when I finally have reached the fitness floor, I am on the step mill, counting the minutes until I can get off. Andrew shows up in his sleeveless pink reindeer shirt and asks, "How's it going?" Now I have to say good and stay on the machine for a few more minutes and just make it look good. In closing, I am now able to enjoy a healthy lifestyle by managing my nutrition choices and safe, productive exercises. My upcoming goals include continuing college, expanding my employment opportunities, and completing the entire YMCA. Road race series, which consists of 12 races. I will also be volunteering at the 2014 Boston Marathon, working for the second year at the 12-mile water stop. Last year, as Lee said, my volunteer jacket was an extra, extra large. This year, I will be sure it is an extra large. I also plan to run stronger and faster and to have fun doing it. I would also like to thank my entire road race team, Kira, Jill, and Carol and Barb, for always supporting me. And you gotta love earning those race t-shirts. I was flattered and honored when Mrs. Cronin asked me to give the keynote speech, and I would like you all to know how much joining the Y has changed my life. With the help and encouragement of many friends I've connected with through the Y, I now look at the people of the YMCA as my extended family. I'm sorry about this. I would especially like to thank Lee for always being there as a trainer and my friend. And I would also like to thank the entire Y staff for always encouraging me and making me smile. Like Erin, wearing her big, bright, colorful sneakers. And Carrie, for having my best interest at heart. And Leo for always making me laugh. I couldn't have done this without all of you. All in all, it's about the Y connection. I hear it all the time. See you next time at the Y. Thank you once again. So this is a picture of Lee and I at one of our road races. I can't remember which one it is. So here's a picture of me in the beginning of 2012 when I was at my unhealthy point in my life, and a picture of me now. This was my the very first road race. It was the Swampscott's Memorial Day Dory Run. And here's the my first Y Series road race, which was the Rockport Father's Day Run. Very hilly. Also a very hilly road race, which was my fifth road race, which was the Gloucester's Run the Goose 7K. It was my longest road race of the year in distance. Here's my eighth road race of the 6 months. It was Gabe's Run, which is a cross-country course in the town of Hamilton. And it's where I conquered Sully's Hill, which it was very steep. Here is a picture of one of my favorite people in my life, which is my yellow lab dog, Tess. And this is also a picture of my entire family.
So I have a story. At one of the workshops in preparation for the campaign, we were asked to define